I'm Charlie Davies and I live and work in Brighton. I do a lot of work with a company called Nixon McInnes and a lot of work by myself, and I think I'm mainly obsessed with work being nice and good and fun and everyone having the chance to do what they love. I've basically loved every second of it. Having the chance to wander off into a field and look at a hedge, or sit in the sun, or talk to interesting people without it having to be in some kind of weird artificial conference room. That's been very nice, and I've met nice people and had nice conversations, and I just did a workshop and it was good and it was fun and it felt very natural, so yeah. The workshop I was doing today was on how to be more creative with money, and that's very directly inspired by the work that Peter Koenig has done. He's been researching people's personal relationships with money for about 30 years. I've been doing it for about 10 years, and I found that investigating what money means to you is just the most direct way of unpicking all kinds of problems and issues that you might find at work. And so I've ended up doing a lot more of that than pretty much anything else. The most important lesson I've ever learned in my life is that when you're put on the spot and asked to just come up with something like that, it's best to just kind of be where you are and not make something up, or not try too hard. And if it comes across kind of stumbly and weird, that's still okay. And that has to be the most liberating realization that you can get. I think it's not the answer to everything, but knowing what you're responsible for and what you're not responsible for is really, really helpful. Because if you don't have, if you don't have authority to do something and you try and do it, it's really, really hard. And if you try and take responsibility for something that you can't take responsibility for, where it's someone else's responsibility, it will kill you. It just totally burns you out instantly. And so I think always just kind of happily, curiously checking, is this actually my responsibility? And if it's not, going and finding whose responsibility it is, or just letting go of it, tends to be very, very helpful and healthy.